Hello, this is my very first video game review. The game I'm going to be reviewing is Fallout 3, one of my very favorite video games. So, you start out in a post-apocalyptic capital wasteland, also known as Washington, D.C., in a vault, also protecting you from the horrors of the nuclear holocaust and the creatures that live outside on the surface. So, you start as a baby being birthed in Vault 101, where no one ever enters and no one ever leaves. You get to choose your gender, what kind of ethnicity you want to be, either Mexican, black, Asian, white, whatever. And then it starts with the character customization screen, where you basically get to choose what your character looks like. Handsome, cute, ugly, whatever. But this game is an RPG, obviously, if any of you have played it. And it's one of my favorite games of all time. I mean, the customization is deep, the weapons are great, and everything like that. So, once you make your character, your mom dies, unfortunately, yeah. So, then, it flashes to 10 years later, where you get your first Pip-Boy, and the Pip-Boy is just kind of a overhauled inventory screen, basically. Shows your stats, your inventory, what stuff you have in there, how much it weighs, if it's degrading or not, stuff like that. Shows your radiation. And after your birthday, after you get your Pip-Boy and everything, then you get your first taste of combat. You're led down by your father to get your new birthday present, which is also a BB gun. And you get to shoot a radroach, which is just a giant cockroach. And this is where you're introduced to VATS, the Vault-Tec Assisted Targeting System. It basically you can point at any body part you want and fire away. There's a certain percentage amount of you can hit them. If it's higher, the more higher the percent on the body part, the higher chance you'll hit it and do more damage. Then, after you take a picture with your dad, showing you're the big game hunter, you get to, it flashes back 6 years later, when you're 16 years old, and you have to take the GOAT, which is also basically an overhauled, what character you're going to kind of test. The GOAT, so you got to take the GOAT. Then, what happens, you take your GOAT, choose what kind of character you want to be, what skills you want to raise. I'll just give you a few: lockpick, sneak, small guns, big guns. Obviously, these are pretty self-explanatory. It's not too deep or anything like that. Lockpicking, no, not pickpocketing, that's Skyrim. And yeah, there's just a few for you to go off of. And then there's after that, it flashes to 3 years later, when you're 19 years old, which is kind of strange because you can make your character look pretty darn ugly and old. So I don't get why a 19-year-old would have a ginormous beard like that, but whatever. So basically, your friend Amada, which you meet during your birthday party and when you're 16, she awakes you suddenly and says that your father has left the vault, which is a no-no. The Overseer does not want anyone to leave the vault because he's a corrupt little piece of crap. I don't know. So your father's escape in search of who knows what. You don't know at the moment. So she wakes you up and tells you gotta go chase your father down and see what's going on with him. So basically, this is your true test of combat. VATS, she gives you her father's pistol she steals, and the baseball bat you get when you're younger, and then you get some armor, you kill some of the security guards, and basically just fight your way, escape the vault, and then, before you escape the vault, it asks if you need to do anything, need to change your appearance, or your skills, or anything like that. Then, this is when the opening of the game comes into play. It's an open world RPG, first person shooter / third person, but the third person is crap. It's horrible. You like ice skate on the ground, but whatever. Anyway, this is where the true game shines, I think, because the game's just, it's amazing to look at. Just Washington D.C., but basically half of the entire city is just nuked and there's nothing left but like a desolate wasteland. So it's pretty interesting to see. If you live in Washington D.C. while you're watching this, look out. You might see something familiar that might have been blown up and destroyed. Yeah. So, all in all, this is a very good game. It has a perk system, so every time you level up, you get to choose a perk. Here's some examples. Silent running. If you're sneaking, crouching does not factor in sneaking anymore. There's one called the Bloody Mess perk, one of my personal favorites. Basically, every time an enemy gibs, he explodes and dies in a ridiculously violent way, and plus 5% more damage for all weapons. So it's pretty fun and kind of useful perk as well. There are some other cool perks that raise all your special skills to 9. Special is basically your strength, perception, endurance, intelligence, agility, and luck. Special. And those all affect your playstyle and character in a certain way. There are hundreds of NPCs to interact with, dozens and dozens of quests, awesome DLCs, which I will get to in my next video. Lots of cool creatures, lots of awesome guns. This is seriously a great game, and I would recommend it to anyone, even if they're not a gamer or don't like RPGs at all. I give this game a 10 out of 10.